Greetings and blessings. Welcome to another episode of Medz with Judah at a Real Vibe Show. Today we're going to talk about meditation, ego, I, certain other things that are just going to help us comprehend this life a little better. This meme was made February 13th, 2021. And it states, if you want to truly know me, then we're going to have to start at the beginning. So let's go to the beginning of one of the first posts we ever made on Facebook. It is the pinned post on our Facebook page. You can see right here. And it is a picture of the ego. And how the ego does a job to block the light per se, if the light is not powerful enough to shine through. It will compartmentalize the light, cover up the light, even though the light cannot be outed. It will be stopped from the connection. And that branches from something within ourselves. It starts at the very center of ourselves. And this is where we need to get to in our breathing techniques and our meditations. We breathe to breathe into a space from which then expands outwards. That's in and out. It is a cycle of breath that we must do in and out. Breathe in the air, breathe out that which no longer serves us. And in doing so, we are filling ourselves with positive, new thought and new energy and free space that is ours. We share it with so many others on this earth. We all have our own little space here on earth. So the more we breathe is the more we discover. And in that discovery, we are growing in all directions, canceling out the negative that is coming in all around us and beating us down. It's growing in all directions, canceling out the negative. Our breath. In and out. Remember, you're blowing out the negative. So, negative being blown out, the negative around you is going to be cancelled. Negative and negative make a positive. Two rights don't make a wrong. Two rights make a right. Two wrongs make a right. Two wrongs make a wrong. What is the truth? Well, everything is connected. And once you see that, you continue breathing in that positive and replacing the negative with positive. You're transmutating negative energy into positive. You yourself around you, whatever is around you is now positive. There is no dark cloud anymore. The cloud is released, it is removed. Release, reset, renew. You are a new person today, you are a new human. Everyone wants you to be the same as before because it makes them feel comfortable. But you have to grow. Everybody must grow. You will always be who you are. Not because you decide who you are, or because you say who you are, but because that is who you are. divinely guided to become the person that you were meant to become on this earth, to do what you were meant to do, which is good things. So keep breathing. The more breath you have, the more breath you take, is the more goodness that comes in. It is a present. It is a gift. The present moment is a gift from the Most High. Our awareness. This present moment of me speaking and being here, while I am growing in all directions, cancelling out all negative that has come in from negative people, taking their job a bit too far. Keep me strong, O Jah. Remove all the wicked and evil from around I and I. Keep I strong, O Jah. As we cancel out the negative, we start to see this occurring. The only feeling is good, inside and out. There is no more darkness, there is no more negative. It is just good feeling. And in that good feeling is peace. Yet it is so hard to let go of the frustration and the injustice. That is why the lion roars. It is pure frustration of lack of justice. And there's so much injustice in this world when justice is given by the Most High. So we may not see the injustice, but it occurs, and then in time, Jah pays a visit to those who have committed heinous acts against innocent people. I am enjoying the sip of my tea. It is delicious. So once you resonate and vibrate at that higher level of love, and you experience the truth of sovereignty and freedom, there comes a huge responsibility with that, because now you are becoming a master creator. And what you are creating is going to affect the world, either for good or for bad. Now everybody has a different mission and everybody has different purpose. Yet everybody is built differently. But we're all equal. And we tend to become unequal when people are programmed into lesser, lower vibrating programs. Lower vibrating meaning using less intelligence, using less breath, using less present moment, and more so dedicated to a particular set of tasks to make money day in, day out, that takes over the life because they buy you out. They tell you stay with us for some years and you'll be good. You'll be like a king. When in reality, you are a replaceable king. And they think everybody is replaceable, but everybody is not replaceable. Everybody is an individual, and everybody has a purpose. And once you get rid of that negative feeling of no purpose, and no love, and pain, and anger, and hatred, and betrayal, which we have all gone through and will go through as life progresses, until it doesn't happen anymore. Because we know better, we are the wiser. The only feeling is good inside and out. That is peace. No chaos. The chaos is put into order because the mind now has time to think. And what happens? It lasts as long as I want it to. It's so familiar to me. I know it. It is the vibration of all goodness, all cleanliness, without any drugs, without any cannabis, without any nicotine, without any alcohol, without any sex, without any porn, without any masturbation, without any love outside of self. Everything is only within. Only then is when you can start your journey to discover God. Do you understand that? Because everything else is just going to be a programming of God. And people have manipulated God. Have lost the ways and laws of the Most High Jah. Because it makes them feel fearful, it makes them feel negative, it makes them feel as if they're doing so wrong. Therefore, they already know what they're doing. Because each individual doesn't even know themselves to this level yet. So they're filling a hole, which is a black hole. They end up becoming energy vampires. They end up sucking other people's energy, taking it in sexual form, spiritual form, physical form, mental form. Any way they can get it, they'll take it to build up themselves and keep themselves at that status. And you hear Rasta sing about vampire, blood-sucking vampires. There are higher levels that these vampires reach after the energy drain that they need physical. They need more. So they get drunk on energy, drunk off of other people's innocence and euphoria and greatness and creativity. And they lust. They lust after themselves and others, and then they have bloodlust. They lust after blood. Those people exist. They are real and they are all around us. The Matrix tells us about it. The Bible tells us about it. Star Wars tells us about it. Star Trek tells us about it. That will only give you a perspective of how the mind can function with different characters in the mind to do different tasks. Instead of one character doing one task, the mind is a very powerful thing. And we all have different expressions of our energy and expressions of ourselves. For instance, one expression of the entirety of the character Judah is reading this out. Yet, Judah is a character created by Keegan Gold. Who is I? Who I live in the character. It is part of me. I am part of it. It has died many deaths. It has been resurrected. Stronger and better every time. And then guess what happens? Once again, I forgot that I'm the problem. All problems in this earth branch from each individual human being. There would be no problem on earth if there was no human being, correct? Can we agree on this? I am not saying that's what needs to happen, so I rebuke that in the name of Jah. That is just an observation of factual and evidential truth. But yet we will never know. Though we look at history and think we know that when we weren't there, things were a lot better. But better for who? The animal kingdom was still going on, killing each other, eating each other, surviving. So I'm the problem. What about them? What about everybody else? They're not the problem. Each individual is the problem. We have to come to acceptance of that. And we have to learn how to guide people into their own healing while helping them navigate. But that is not for everybody to do. Because when you start to play with people's minds and you are not capable, you will flush it down the toilet and it will be destroyed. And a destroyed mind is a very hard mind to bring back to life. But Christ can do it. The wise mind of Emperor Haile Selassie can do it. Rastafari has done it. Christ did it. So to know thyself and to know Christ and to know the Most High, to know Selassie, we have to meditate. Now we must forget once again. Forget what we know. Forget what we think we know. Forget how to get there. Forget how to do it. Forget how to say it. Forget how to think it. We forget because it is part of the mind as a defense mechanism to protect itself. So therefore, we have to create a system that helps us remember. That means we have to do things in repetition on a daily basis. But it can't be the same thing over and over every day unless that's what you want to be a master at. But you will lose out on a lot of other things on this earth if that's all you do. But in reality, you don't lose out on anything. You gain a greater experience, a greater expansiveness, a greater understanding, overstanding, inner standing, and outer standing. You have a greater experience of life because it is so in depth. It is aware. It is conscious. You are observing the observer observing. You see the layers of self and you pick what is not working for you and you remove it. And your authentic self is who you say you are. So when you don't know who you are, then you are not being authentic. When you know who you are your authentic self. Who was it? Socrates that said, know thyself. One of the Greek philosophers. Still, did they practice any pagan sexual things? Did they get drunk and make love to little boys thinking that it was okay? Did they get drunk and bring awareness into these innocent children and sleep with animals and children do horrible things? Is that who they were? Did they have people in that community, in that city of great civilization doing those things? Absolutely yes. In all civilizations. To this day, people are still doing that nonsense because they are lusting after something they cannot get from another human because they cannot get it from themselves.
Yes, Haile Selassie the first. Majesty. Bless up Zygon Sound. Brother Trinidad and Toronto. Zygon to the bone. To the bone.
So Yvonne Benjamin would sing.
Zygon a champion.
Youth man, know yourself. Straight down to the
bone.
Rasta to the bone.
Youth man, know yourself. Right straight to the bone.
Straight down to the bone.
Manifest your covenant.
Know yourself.
Let it be known. I man say, yeah. Judah as the lion high.
Judah as the lion high.
Alone.
Lose the Jah alone.
From them disrespect, I count them. Destination unknown.
Destination unknown.
Zygon to the bone.
If you don't know who Zygon is,
Zygon
is the sound system.
To the
Me and some very good childhood brothers of mine started in 1989. See, Alan Watts will get you to a certain extent. Jordan Peterson will get you to a certain extent. A certain perspective. A certain perception of reality. But they still didn't figure it out. Christ is the only one who figured it out. The same Haile Selassie figured it out as well. That's where Rastafari come from. So to have the wise mind of Rastafari, the wise mind of Solomon, the wise mind of Christ, You go back to the ancient text, the ancient text. Go back to Gnosticism, Gnostics. You'll realize that Yeshua got a lot of information from Gnosticism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and of course Judaism, Hebrewism, any other things that he got his hands on in his travels. He learned a lot. But he was also a blessed child. He was just not a normal human child. He was a blessing. He was different, as many children are different. With that being stated, let's get into our meditation post, which I will read here for you. Meditation. One of the hardest yet easiest things to do, with practice of course. The burdens of everyday life tend to stick with us throughout our life and sometimes never get resolved. These issues pile up in our head until there is a traffic pileup of hundreds of thousands of questions, worries, anxieties, insecurities, frustrations, and all different sorts of negative thoughts. Notice how everything listed is a branch of fear. We do not want to come to terms with these issues because we may be scared or our ego has told us, man up, be strong, emotions are stupid. This can be very detrimental to our life going forward in all aspects, be it school, work, and relationships. Something that has been conditioned into us from children and the expectations to uphold society's ignorant standards. Your emotions are wrong. Use logic to think. Statements that have been drilled into our brains growing up and even into our adult life. Oh, the damage that has been done is horrific. But luckily, meditation can revert all the damage done as we take back control of our life. In meditation, one dives into the depths of their mind, body, and soul. They discover that their soul is real and that one can talk to it. One discovers energies around them, vibrations of everything that once was thought to have never existed. I have attached a sheet of some guidelines for meditation. One thing I can tell you, please do not be discouraged and expect immediate results. When you take a course of antibiotics, do you expect immediate results? When you get a cut, do you wish to have it healed immediately? Majority of the reason is because your brain is healing you more than the antibiotics. People believe in dis-ease passed down by generations, yet have no understanding of genetics and what they do nor how they work. One must have an understanding of epigenetics to fully grasp how our bodies function as a whole. Our health is not controlled by genetics, says Dr. Bruce Lipton. Conventional medicine is operating from an archaic view that we're controlled by genes. This misunderstands the nature of how biology works. I urge anyone interested in this information, read Dr. Bruce Lipton's work. It will help one understand the true power we all hold inside ourselves, the power of the subconscious, which we are working to reprogram every day. Time is on your side, and that's all you need to invest in this. 15 minutes a day in the morning, maybe 15 at night. 15 minutes anytime you feel anxious, upset, sad, any negative emotion. It will dissipate. Anytime new information is received, store it and try to reflect on it in meditation when you can. So here are a few tips I've picked up in my journey that may be able to help you. Breathing is a very important part of meditation, as is focus. So before you cross your legs and close your eyes, let's start with breathing. Let's consider breathing a cycle of cleansing. Breathing in from your nose, filling your lungs, chest, and stomach with air. Breathing deep at first until your stomach pushes out as your lower lungs fill, then all the way up. Breathing out from your mouth. Do this for 3 to 5 times, while every time you breathe out, Imagine every muscle in your body relaxing more and more, starting with your head, your eyebrows, cheeks, your eyes, lips, jaws, neck, going down to your shoulders, your arms, your chest, hands, your fingertips. With every exhale, you move on to another muscle until every single muscle feels as if it's melting away. Then, on your fifth inhale, hold your breath for 10 seconds. When exhaling, let every bit of breath out until there's nothing left, until all the negative energy inside of you is blown out. Then repeat the breathing cycle. Focus. The easiest way to focus is usually focusing on your breathing. But to do so, one must understand how hard it is to focus. Close your eyes and move them to the center of your head above your nose, in between your eyes. Make sure they are comfortable and not straining. See the darkness and start to focus on the darkness. Don't forget to breathe while you're doing this. Once you have gained focus of the nothingness that exists, imagine a red dot, or any color dot you prefer, but red is a good color. It may even be easier to draw a dot with your color preference and focus on it for a minute or two before you close your eyes. See how long you can focus on this dot. When I first started, 3 seconds was the most I can focus on the dot before the highway of thoughts hit that red dot straight into the darkness of the unknown. Like a F1 car. Like a F1 racing car. This shows us how unfocused we truly are, and how the thoughts that arise in our head control us. We do not control them. So, the breathing exercise mentioned earlier helps to calm the brain, as the brain is like a puppy or child having a sugar rush, untrained, unaware, allowed to run rampant, but it will settle when its energy runs low. This is when the negative thoughts need to be stopped and kicked out, and focus on breathing comes into play. Focus on the cycle of in through your nose and out through your mouth. Fill your lungs, chest, and stomach full of air. Any thoughts that come into your head, kick them out and focus on breathing. The position you choose is whatever makes you comfortable at first. As you progress, you can research the different positions, lotus being the most popular. I have my best meditations in the bathtub, with my entire body submerged up to my ears, just my nose, eyes, and mouth above the water. I also like to lie down, put on some relaxing music to help calm my brain. I have some 432 Hertz meditation music on YouTube that we made. Closer She Comes is a great one. You can check it out at King Judah Gold, Lion of Judah official. I like the Zen water and the Tibetan bowls. Those are also some great videos to look at and listen to. It's all personal preference though. Classical music, Native Indian American music, I change it up a lot. Jazz, Spanish. It all depends. Reggae music, foundational reggae, it all depends on what vibe I am in and what I'm seeking. But 432 Hertz meditation music always gets me going. Celestial tones gets me in the right space of nothingness. As with everything, the more you practice, the more you learn, and the better you become. So don't get discouraged. It takes time, but it will change your life for the better. This has been proven time and time again. Hashtag Lion of Judah Truth. So we can't give too much information. One by one, step by step, we go this way. Medz with Judah switches up every time. Take your time, there's no rush. Because the only place we have to go is, in the end, death. So slow down and enjoy your life. Enjoy the flowers, enjoy the breeze, enjoy the sea, enjoy your family, enjoy love, but make sure you know love. Just make sure you know yourself. Stop manipulating people. Stop lying to people. Stop hurting people. Build them up. But make sure their ego is not being built. Their heart is being built and strengthened because they're being guided to someone greater than yourself. The one named Jesus Christus. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christus. Isa. Yeshua. Yehoshua. Different tones, different function, different vibration. The tone, the voice is of Jah. Because the word power sound comes from Jah. Excuse me. I'm getting a bit tired now. I hope you all have a blessed night. A blessed day, whatever time, space, dimension, universe you may be listening to this in. May Jah bless you, because nobody bigger than Jah. May the blood of Christ wash over your sins. May the blood of Christ wash over all of us. This recording, this page, and wherever you are at this moment, may the blood of Christ wash over it all. Take away the pain, replace it with love, joy, happiness, freedom, understanding, abundance, goodness, fairness, grace, peace. And may peace be with you. In the name of the Most High. Jah. Give thanks to Emperor Haile Selassie. For without him, none of this would be possible.